welcome back to another Throwback Thursday or Remembering Forgotten Memories episode, in which case, if you clicked this, you probably looked at that title and went, Jen, what the fuck? Really? Yes. Fake fruit. I don't know if this was a trend just like so and so many decades ago and maybe everybody's families had this stuff around as decor, or if this was just some bizarre ass thing that just seemed to be in different branches of my family. But both sets of my grandparents and my great-grandparents, at least the ones that I knew, the others were gone before I was born, they all had different kinds of fake fruit around their houses, and I'm not entirely sure why, other than liking the aesthetic. So, my great-grandparents had not one, but two big bunches of glass grapes on their coffee table. Now, we're not talking little life-size ones, no. We're talking big-ass bunches where each grape is about, like, a ball like this big around, right? Like, this was, like, a big, like, art piece thing, and they were not, like, hollow glass balls, like an ornament. No. These are each solid glass. To the point where some of them had little chips out of them, but, like, think of David Bowie in Labyrinth, and how he had those 3 glass balls that he would, like, do the thing in his hand, the twirly thing. Imagine those. Make them purple on one and green on the other, and put them in a grape sponge. And you would have these 2 bunches of grapes that they had on their coffee table. Now, I think we've established I was not a bright child, but in case we have missed it, I was not a bright child. I was also not a well-supervised child most of the time. But my great-grandparents' house wasn't very big. There was not many places I could really wander off to in it. So, a good portion of the time if I was there, I was either in the backyard, or I was in that little living room, which was, again, not very big, but it is what it is. So I'd be sitting there, looking at these things, and, again, probably, like, toddler age, I'm sitting there, like, just want to touch them, want to, like, pet them, because just tactile, it, like, felt really nice. Until I got old enough to be able to kind of, sort of, pick it up, which I was also not a strong child, so that was saying something for me. But freaked my mom out, because she's like, God, one wrong move, she breaks them everywhere. My stupid ass was like, put it in my face, because apparently I wanted to eat them. Even though I knew they were not real grapes. I wanted to eat them, and would struggle to get my teeny tiny little mouth even around like half of one, and then get mad that they're not real grapes, and get mad that they're hard, and get mad that I hurt my teeth again for like the 20th freaking time after being told not to do the thing. But yeah, they were frustrating. I'm not quite sure who ended up with them, if anybody, but we sure didn't. But, yeah, it was a very interesting art piece kind of thing, but very frustrating to little me, who apparently saw them, thought they were beautiful, and just had the overwhelming urge to want to eat them. So, kind of falls in similarly with my paternal grandparents. Their whole house was like early Americana and decor, and that went right down to like the lamp fixtures that they had, like, on the kitchen table. They had one that was one of those, like, shade lamps, the, like, glass, like, red glass, like, with the hood on it, and, like, a bowl at the bottom. Well, in this bowl, my grandma put fake fruit. Except this, at least, was, like, wax and plastic fake fruit, so at least not glass this time, and had, like, some fake ivy that she wove in there, and kind of made it look like a cornucopia that was, like, flowing over the edges of the bowl, and just, it was really pretty to look at. And I, being the eldest grandchild, or at least the eldest grandchild that counted, long story there, but it is what it is, I would try to sneak out pieces of the fruit, and would try to eat those too. But again, much to my dismay, they were not real. But at least these, it was like, this is just like trying to eat like Fisher Price food. I'll put it back. The only ones that really held my interest, ironically, were the grapes, which weren't plastic, they weren't wax, they were rubber. So I kind of would just like sit there and gnaw on them until my grandma would see this horrified and like yank them out of my hand and put them back and tell me not to do that. But over the years, as the grandchildren kept being born and all having this same weird-ass draw to the fake fruit on the table, I noticed over the years the grapes were going more and more missing off of there. So I don't know if some of them were eating them. I don't know if they were just plucking them off and then there was no way to get them back on, so they got tossed. I don't know what the hell ended up happening to them. But those were very, very barren grapes by the end. And some of the other fake fruits in there, there was like visible bite marks on after a while. I at least wasn't real responsible for those, because I at least knew, okay, this is fake, don't break your damn teeth on it, don't bite it that hard. But it was confusing because they would have like this bowl of the fake fruit, right? But right next to it on the table was a bowl of real fruit. Like, why would you do this to a small child? Why would you mess with her emotions that way? And then there was a third bowl of fruit, of real fruit, up on the counter, but that was more the fruits that a little kid wouldn't want anyway, like grapefruits and shit, but yeah, it was like that. And I guarantee every one of my siblings and my cousins know exactly what the hell I'm talking about, because we were all guilty of it. Every last one of us, we were all guilty of trying to eat the fake fruit, especially the fake grapes. I want to say she had more of it in, like, the family room, on, like, the coffee table in there. But I'm not sure if I'm imagining that and, like, adding in details just because so many years have gone by now, or if it actually was there, but I want to say there was, like, at least one more bunch of fake grapes in there somewhere. But it's also entirely possible that I'm remembering swiping the fake grapes off of the table and bringing them in there with me. I don't know. It's fuzzy. It could be either or. Which brings me to my other set of grandparents who did not have wax, plastic, rubber, or glass fake fruit. No. Theirs was wooden. You know how in, like, the 50s and early 60s, the whole, like, Hawaiian aesthetic was, like, the in thing and really cool, and everybody wanted in on it? Yeah, they were no exception to that, and one of the things that they had downstairs, in their garage of all places, but regardless, it was in the garage. Their garage was, like, a finished garage, unlike most people's, and was also used as a party space, because it was like a tiled floor and everything. Like, it was made as like an actual room that just happened to sometimes have cars in it, sometimes not. But depending what they were using it for that day. But regardless, had a couple of like those two-tiered like tray like display things made of the same type of wood, stained the same way, probably came with them. And one was just filled of wooden bananas. They weren't painted or anything, they're just wood. You could tell they're wood looking at them, because again, that whole Hawaiian aesthetic. But then the other one had a pineapple in the middle of it, amidst the bananas. Now, that leads me to believe that maybe at some point the other one had a pineapple, and I don't know what happened to it. It was gone by the time I was born, so I don't know. I only ever knew there being the one pineapple. Regardless, little me figured out early on, do not bite these. But, being made of wood, my brain pieced together, oh, I can use them like building blocks, which means they're a toy, which means I can use them for imaginative play, which means I can also pretend they're anything I damn well please. So they'd be building blocks, they'd be drumsticks, they'd be just bang them on each other, even though it'd make my grandpa so mad that I would do it. They would be pretend it's a gun, they would be like all sorts of shit. And it wasn't really a problem when it was just me. But when the cousins and siblings began being born and discovering them, it quickly became a problem, because they quickly became weapons, especially that pineapple. and everybody wanted the pineapple for the same reason. I'm not proud to admit it, but I'm being honest. Made a good weapon, but yeah, we would like just freaking womp on each other, like basically real life Super Smash Brothers, but with wooden fruit. Until the wooden fruit would inevitably be taken away the second that someone would yell or cry and get us caught, and they would walk in on this, see we're using them as weapons, they'd take them away again for like a few months, eventually bring them back down, lather, rinse, repeat, we'd do it again. I don't know how any of us survived to adulthood, I really don't, but they kept getting taken away and put back, and taken away and put back, until we eventually, all of us except for Kimmy, aged out of it, but Kimmy was the only one little enough to be fascinated with it by that age, so it wasn't really a problem when she was the only one, so, yeah, that, but, I don't know, it's a weird thing, like, did you guys' families have, like, the fake fruit is in your houses? If no, this makes me feel really self-conscious and weird right now that it seemed to be in, like, all of the grown-ups' houses. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would say that I guess that aesthetic died out, but look at how many people just love the general fruit aesthetic. So I guess it may not be literal fake fruit anymore, but I guess we're still in love with the whole fruit aesthetic thing, yeah? Yeah, I'm no exception, but anyway. Not really have anywhere I was going with this, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. So anyways, that is gonna be it for this one, so anywho, share your stories of if your families had anything similar growing up. And as always, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you like me, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I'm doing here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.